Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Three Veterans Tackle a Whippet. I'm
Good
joined by
morning,
my
one and all.
co-host, which is this one.
That's me.
Yay!
That's me.
And then we've got this one.
It's Bruce.
Oh, that way.
Good
Hello.
morning. Not sure where Modmin is at the minute.
She's still entangled in the duvet.
I think so. But Adie's in, and he says,
"Morning, Otis.
I am first."
Yay!
Yay!
So you're not sitting on the dock of the bay today, Otis?
So, quick explanation on Gary's camera picture.
Oh, please.
He's having tech problems at the minute, so we've spent literally the last half hour trying to just get his camera in focus, only to realise it was manual focus.
You wouldn't believe the issues I've had over the last 24 hours with computers. My main computer has died. I'm on the old laptop with the old webcam, which is manual focus.
Didn't even think they made them with manual focus.
So my very clever technical bits that I do with my camera will be even more technical today.
Yeah. You're going to have to get extra technical.
Oh, yeah. Me and Mikey will explain to the world what I'm like with technicalities.
Yeah, put it this way, there was two Friends of Moles Heroes YouTube channels.
At one point, I managed to create two channels the same.
Yep. Exactly the same channels, but with different content on them.
Amazing. Thank God I'm not doing OnlyFans. Are we outside of 30 seconds?
Yeah, we're on 2.5 minutes
already.
Now,
Cool.
We've got 6 people watching. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, John, over to you. How are you?
I'm good. I've been quite peachy the last couple of days as the sun's come out. So, like it was raining for felt like 6 months, but no, it really wasn't. But no, yesterday and today were quite glorious. So just being out and about and stuff. Modelling wise, I'll just show you what I'm up to. So before we go to the Whippet, because that's the same as what it was last.
You're upside down, John Bob.
He's upside down. He's in Australia.
Yeah.
That's better.
If you flip the camera over, he would be the right way up.
But then you'd see the wall.
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm upside down?
See, it's not just me, viewers, who have the technical issues.
Your hands are coming in from the top.
Yeah.
That's all right. Don't worry. Go on. Carry on.
All right. Anyway, so that's pretty much just all white primer and all that sort of stuff with the tracks. The other thing I've been working on is this is a Qatari 1/32 scale Spitfire. So it's starting to come together. Lots of lovely detail in there. Nowhere near finish yet. This is most of the build, but a lot of this is just stuck together. But yeah, isn't it lovely?
Please bear with me while I have a quiet moment to myself.
So that's just progressing. What I need to do next is like that bit there. They're the flare tubes, rudder cables, and all the other things sort of go onto that, which is nice. But I don't have any sort of nickel silver to do it. That's all I've got. That's just not long enough. And I can't get any here. No, you're not going to see it. It's all under the seat.
Oh, don't worry about it then.
Yeah, you probably see that much in there, but you wouldn't see down the bottom because it's quite dark already, even though it's silver. But like that. That's what I've been playing with. It's been a lot of fun.
Excellent. You've been building anything, Gary?
I have. I finished my Messerschmitt 410, which is now on display in the cabin art.
Excellent.
And I've also I have started work on my Leopard tank transport, the tank transport and the Leopard tank in 1/72, and it's been a dream so far. It really has. Let me find something to show you. I was really prepared for this, as you can tell.
whilst Gary's trying to sort that out, remember, Gary did post a video, a kit review of this video on the Friends of Miles Heroes YouTube channel. So do go
Yes.
check.
It's progressing.
Had quite a few views as well so far, so I'm quite pleased about that.
Yeah.
So,
In fact,
let's,
hang on, I will put it. Yeah, carry on talking, Gary. I shall find the link and put it up.
I'm getting crap. All right. I've been doing a lot of work on the chassis of the trailer. No, sorry, this is the chassis of the cab. And for 1/72nd, wow, there's a lot of parts in there.
Yeah.
And I should be continuing on with that after the show today because I'm hoping to.
It looks a nice kit, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm going to try today to spend the day at the bench after the last 24 hours of hell. Quite simply. But today's all about the Whippet.
There you go. I posted the link to
Mikey, what have you been doing over the last 6 days?
I've been working on a Centurion, Australian Centurion.
Is that the Vietnam build?
Yeah. I will get Albert's to the other side of the room. I mean, I can go and get it if you want.
No. It's all right.
Yeah, it's really nice. I fitted the metal gun barrel yesterday.
Yeah.
And I put the mantlet cover on, which is really cool because it's a latex mantlet cover.
Latex.
You love it, really. Yeah, I've been working on the turret the last couple of days.
I've got my Huey. My Huey's arrived from China, so I should be starting on that after the Leopard. So,
excellent. Well, we have 13 people. Oh, just dropped to 12.
I bought one already.
Yeah. So let's go through the chat. So, 80, I'm first. Yes, you are.
Morning, Otis.
80 says, hello, chaps, on a day off, so get to watch. Excellent.
Brilliant.
Jim says, good morning from Chicago. Good morning, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Got your coffee? Oh,
Speaking of which, coffee is on the boil.
there you go. Good man. I've just finished my first one, so I'm going to have to wait for the wife to get back from her walk with the dog.
Jim says, woke up at 4 a.m. on the dot. My God, that's dedication.
That's dedication.
80, think John will have to get a UK camera so it's the right way up.
Yeah, maybe. I'll think about
I'm not sure it works like that. Duke says, good day from Oz, you bonzo blokes.
Good day, Duke.
Hello, Duke.
Jakey's in. He says, good morning.
Good morning, Jake. I didn't know whether you'd be in. I know your mum's got a busy day today, so I didn't know whether you or your mum would be in. But morning, matey.
That's the link to the Friends of Moles for Heroes video that Gary's done the kit review of that kit you just shown. The Leopard with the tank transporter.
More kit reviews are on the way.
Yeah. Kerry says, good morning, all the fathers and Mikey.
Morning, daughter. Good luck today with your meeting. She's got a meeting.
Good morning, Kerry.
She's got a meeting
Go
today.
on, say good morning to your adopted daughter, John.
Sure. Good morning, Kerry. Hope you're well.
She's got a meeting today about running a creche for the local church group. So her background is in childcare, and she was damn good at it. But she got burnt out, shall we say, with the bureaucracy at one point. So she stepped away from it for a while. But
That would
who knows?
Skelly says, morning, folks.
Morning,
I'm on calls. He says, I'm on calls for the next 2 hours or so you're on the laptop in the background. Excellent.
Bit like me.
Again, dedication. You're in work and you're still listening to us.
I know. I know. This is. Well, I went to a festival on Saturday.
Oh yes.
With my son in Ludlow, and I wasn't overly. It wasn't Sausage Fest. It was there was 200 different craft beers on, so it was a bit of a beer frenzy. But there was some. The weather was nice, so people were suitably attired. It was a very, very nice day, and I drank lots of beer. And I even got accosted by a young lady who said to my son that she would look after me, and I had to inform her that I'm 60 years old. I've had 2 strokes, and I probably couldn't take another. So there you go.
AD says, sorry, Gary, but the truck driver and me went off. It's called a unit, not a cab.
Right, okay. So I remember that, AD. I'll speak to you
Tomato,
later.
tomato.
Yeah.
Duke says, good day, Jim. You are amazing getting up so early. You really
I know.
is.
I'm genuinely surprised Jim gets up at that time of the morning to watch us three idiots.
Yes, speak for yourself.
Now, before we really get going, I've got to disappear for 5-10 minutes or so. So I'll be back. Sorry about this.
No problem.
Okay.
All right.
We'll wing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Well.
See, our viewers are so dedicated, but John isn't. Only joke.
Right. Well, fill in.
We do the technical bit now, Gary.
Yeah. What do you want me to do? The Friends, Models, Heroes bit?
Yeah, actually, you do. I do.
Okay. Friends, Models, Heroes. This is getting to be like the Ronnie Corbett bit of the two Ronnies, where everybody stopped watching while he was sat in the chair. But Friends, Models, Heroes are an online IPMS registered modelling club. We are the supporting club, if you like. If you want to use a footballing analogy, a soccer analogy, we are the supporters club for Models for Heroes. Everything we do is online, and we help to raise funds for Models for Heroes so that they can carry on doing the fantastic work that they do, supplying kits and modelling equipment to veterans and serving members of the armed forces and the blue light community. We have a very active Discord, which operates 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We have regular group builds. At the moment, we've just finished a North Africa 1943 group build, and we've just commenced a Vietnam group build. We have various other buddy builds going on. There's a B-17 buddy build going on at the moment. And we have had a Chieftain buddy build that we did previously. So there's lots of things going on, and we're trying to expand that this year and increase our presence online. Membership of the club is £12 a year, pound a month, and we have a Facebook page where you can go and find the form to register should you want to. Yeah, and all in all, we just sit and mess around with plastic and pull up a sandbag, swing the lantern, call it what you will, have a chat, talk about mental health, because 95% of us, I think, do suffer with mental health problems. I know I do, and Models for Heroes has helped me immensely. So we talk about all sorts of things. And whilst we're modelling, and it's just hanging out with your mates in the comfort of your own home. So there you go. That's my bit done. Back to the studio.
Back to the studio.
Seamlessly.
There we go.
Right, I suppose better do some work on this Whippet.
Yeah, we are, don't we?
Because that's what we're all about. So now,
yeah,
I've got to do the really, really technical bit now.
Kieran says, morning all.
Morning, Kieran, with a really dodgy camera. So I do apologise for the issues.
The belly shot.
Yeah, the gut shot.
Oh, no, I don't want the book as well. Just the kit will do.
And hopefully that is focused all right.
Yeah, that's actually all right,
Okay, good. So, right.
Oh,
what are we going to do today, Gary? Well, I hear you ask.
Oh, hang on. I've got a phone call. Go.
Oh, no, it's just me. Hi, welcome to the Gary Morris Show. Today we're talking about all things we shouldn't be talking about. I'm going to attempt to cover some items that we probably wouldn't bother talking about. Anyway, I'm driveling now, so I'm going to crack on with the
Sorry about that, old boy.
Machine guns for the Whippet. Don't worry, I don't think anyone noticed.
Nobody missed me.
I think I got away with it there for a second.
Right, where was I up to? I've done the wheels. First,
Done the
we got
wheels.
sponsors on.
Sponsors.
Oh, I guess that means I'm track bashing for the day. I think.
The tracks are, all my tracks are primed. I was having a discussion with John before we came on there as to what color I was going to do the tracks. And we've come up with a red brown, would you believe? So I will probably do the tracks in XF64.
Yeah. Very good.
Well, it'll help me use up my Tamiya paints as well, because I don't use Tamiya paints much anymore. So
literally all I've got to do is track bash. So,
track bash.
I put all the spuds on the side and everything, and on the back. Ooh.
I've because I've painted the spuds separately.
Yeah.
So they will be going on after I've painted the entire thing green. But I've got the exhaust to do today.
Yes, I've got that to do as well, actually.
And I've got the Hotchkiss machine guns, is it?
Yes.
Cool. Blimey. Memory's actually working today.
Oh, don't forget as well, you haven't got the machine guns in.
I know. They go in out from the outside anyway, don't they?
Yes, but you've put primer around where they go.
Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Well, I'll sort that. Don't worry.
Jim says, did you prime your model with Mr. Surfacer, Gary?
I did. Mr. Surfacer 1000, of course.
I'm going to have to get some of that at some point.
I probably could do with another coat, actually. And I may this afternoon, if I get 5 minutes, do another coat of Mr. Surfacer 1000. And actually, thinking about it, I need to do the underside of the tracks anyway. So, yes. So I'll be throwing Mr. Surfacer about this afternoon. Yeah. For me, there is no other primer, as you know.
Right, so, look, mirror. There we go. Yay. That's my way. Yeah.
Yes, no.
Kerry said, don't leave us again. Don't ever leave us again. I very nearly left everyone permanently last night. Jesus.
I was going to say, you had a funny turn yesterday, so.
Yeah.
The joys of being in the club that I'm in.
Yeah. Chalky says, hi, gents. I won't be saying much today. I'm in the middle of an art project, but I'm watching. Hi, Chalky, mate.
Hi, Chalky.
Hey up, Chalky.
Hey up, Chalky, lad.
Right, so we're doing the exhaust today, are we, Gaz?
Aye, got it.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm going to do the exhaust. I'm going to do a bit of rust on it.
Well, I'm going to wrap it first.
Oh, yes, there was talk of wrapping it, wasn't there? With just cotton, you said.
Yeah, I just use cotton. It kind of looks like lagging when you put it into scale.
Yes. Cotton.
Would you like some?
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, I shall find some cotton. What have we got over here?
I have brown cotton.
I shall have to get cotton. I'm going to have to go and delve into the current Mrs. Morris's craft room, and you're not allowed in there. So
yeah, that's fine. Oh, I've got another brown one. I could have swore I had some white cotton somewhere. In fact, I know I did. I know I had some white cotton somewhere. Oh, fire engine.
Oh.
I'd certainly going down the main road by us.
Fire.
Okay, so I know I've got white cotton somewhere. Ooh, decals. There.
Right. So
they're off a Harrier, I think. That I made like 10 years ago.
I am not going to lag this. I've decided. I'm going to do.
Don't like it up.
No, do not like it up, sir.
No.
I would like to be the one who volunteers. That's a nice rusty colour. Oh, great. And today, I shall be mostly trying to brush paint with XF. Tell me about that. This is going to go badly, people.
Good luck with that. Oh, God.
Oh, I'm back.
Anything exciting been happening this week, Mikey?
No, I can think. I'm supposed to go to a wargaming thing tonight.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, because me and our Models for Heroes volunteer have been invited up. So, not sure what's happening with that.
Is that Mr. Moyes?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
That's who rang me then.
Ah,
He didn't realise I was on live because apparently he's not watching.
well, that's just not on.
No, it's not. It's just not cricket, is it?
Yeah.
And John's
Anyway.
back.
John's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I knew he had some white cotton somewhere.
How the devil are you, mate? Anything exciting happened in your world this week, John? Apart from aeroplanes landing at your local airport with their wheels up.
Apart from that, and I was not involved. No, it's all just been pretty much routine, which is lovely. You know, so we've got a veterans breakfast every, say, 2 weeks, or monthly, really. It alternates between venues, so that's on tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. Now I'm going to go and set up my spray booth.
Well, hey.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go. I'm actually going to bring you with me. So let's.
Jim says, Mr. Surfacer is great stuff. Love it.
Yep.
Kerry's telling me to take it easy then. Yeah, I'm trying to. Jim says, have any of you tried SMS paints? Very good stuff, going on smooth and easy, good colour variety too.
Oh, excuse
I
me.
think John has.
Oh, sure have. It's my favourite paint.
Jim says, welcome back, Mr. Marley.
Well, thank you, Jim.
Eddie says, welcome back, John Light.
There we go.
Well.
Duke says, I remember my first time using Tamiya paint back in the day. I had great problems cleaning my brush with plain water.
Yeah, you would.
Mr.
Yeah, you would.
Mayfield's in of
Oh
the John
my
variety.
And you're
Is
doing, and you're
sound of
doing
this annoying?
No, that's all right.
Okay.
He says, morning, gentlemen, and Gary.
Good morning, Mad Professor. Hey, John, Mikey's doing tracks.
Okay.
Not doing any ghost.
Oh, he's changing mind. He's doing.
Hang
the
on a minute. That wagon sounds like it's outside mine. What's going on here?
Well, what Mikey didn't realise was his house was on fire.
Oh, it's gone.
Alrighty then.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
the main road's like 2 streets away, so we can hear fire engines and that going past. Because we're on the main road is like this is one of only 3 roads out the town up the road. So
You're telling me you live in a 3-road town?
yeah, the best one is the road out of it. No, I love my town. It's ace. Got a lot of history. We've got buildings here that are like 800 years old.
And they're still not finished.
Yeah. We've actually got one of the UK's oldest pilgrimage sites as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it a McDonald's?
No, it's called St. Winifred's Well.
I didn't know she was poorly.
Oh my god.
He's on form today, isn't he?
Mate, after yesterday.
There we are.
We've got 11 people watching. How cool.
Well, I can boost the numbers by disappearing again.
Oh, that wasn't the case at all, John.
Right, so probably a bit too dark. color I've chosen for the main body of the tank is Vallejo Model Air 71.020 green brown. Just I've used it on the Mark One, and I like it, so I'll continue with that one.
Vallejo.
Vallejo.
This is where we all do really bad, really offensive Spanish accents.
Yeah, and offend any Spanish watchers. But I do apologise. We don't mean anything by it.
Flow improver. There we are.
Mr. Mayfield says, has Gary ensured he has the tracks the correct length? I know Mr. M and Mikey would have. He's got a lot of faith in you, hasn't he, Gary?
Well, it's probably well judged, to be honest. Right then.
Right then. Right then, now. Now then, now, then, now.
Then, now, then, now. Right, where is my brush cleaning pot? Oh dear. So, next week's show.
Yes.
Is that the one before the last one before John goes off to Hawaii?
Well, you do a Hawaiian accent worse than a Spanish one.
Well, we could put this to our devoted listeners. So the next 2 weeks, Mr. Marley and Mr. Morris are going to be off on their holidays.
Not together.
So, not together, no. It's not a couples retreat. So we would like to know what you'd want us to do. Do you want a 2-week break, or do you want us to do a pre-recorded show that you can watch?
That would go out all the time.
Yeah. So we could
do
something different, a little bit different. So we could do Q&As or something like that, or we could just do the build. It's entirely up to you.
Excuse me, I'm just answering a message from Mr. Malcolm Childs.
Da, da, da. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. He wants to meet up for a chat. That means I've done something wrong.
Ask him if there's biscuits involved. If not, you know to worry.
Anyway, sorted that.
Excellent.
I wonder if our Jake is still watching. Are you still there, Jake? And if so, what are you doing today?
John Mayfield, that is, says, will these Whippets be on the FOM4H table at Telford this year? That's a good question, actually.
It's a very good question. I'm not sure about Mr. Marley's.
No.
Unless he books a last-minute ticket to Telford.
I don't believe that's going to happen.
Have you been to Telford, John?
I have been, but I've been to Telford. So, yeah, well, the current Mrs. Marley probably doesn't feel the need for me to go a second time.
Wow.
To visit all your friends. See, what you do, John, is you book a holiday and say, we're going visiting the Rellies in Wales.
Yeah, and then I say, by the way, there's, shit, I didn't know there was a model show on here.
Is it Telford again?
Well, it is a good question.
Yeah, I'll put mine on the table, if it's any good.
If I can get there, I'll put mine on the table. Amy says, go live or go home.
Well, let's go live or go on holiday.
Yeah. But we thought we could do something different, maybe do a Q&A video or something and put that up at the same time that we'd normally be doing live. But if so, we'd need you to submit some questions.
Yeah. Questions like,
Gary
why are you
Stuff,
still
he's in.
continuing this appalling rubbish?
Gary Evans is in. He says, "Good morning, all."
Good morning, sir.
Hello, Gary.
Ah. All hail, Gary.
I hope you are well, Gary.
Jakey says he's learning.
Oh, you're doing your homeschooling today, are you? Good
What
lad.
lessons are you doing today, Jakey?
Probably doing his English and maths, I reckon.
I reckon he's doing history.
He's doing. He's working on ratios. How many? What the ratio of kills in Call of Duty is to? No, he does.
Maybe
He
he's
does
working on
do-
stoichiometric ratios.
He does do his homeschooling every day.
Maybe he's working on stoichiometric ratio.
Yeah, you can say that. I possibly couldn't.
It's the fuel to air mix for an engine.
All right.
How to calculate the ideal fuel air mixture.
Oh, that'll be my
Depends.
other grandson Owen that'll be doing that because he starts his apprenticeship in August.
The optimal for most engines when they're warmed up is 14 air molecules to one fuel molecule. There we go.
See, you get this and you get learning as well.
Well, that was my job. I was a VM.
Yeah,
I
a
will.
molecule.
I will test Jake later when he next bothers to come and see his old granddad.
You got to try and pronounce stoichiometric first.
Stoichiometric. See? Stoichiometric. It's a
Jim
town
says
just
in the
outside
UK you have
Stanford.
hobnobs. Australia has Tim Tams. Here in the States I have simple plain cake donuts, sinkers as they used to be called, because it goes well with coffee.
But you have, but Jim, you have things like bear claws and.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat donuts for breakfast.
I would. Mind you, no. After my hospital appointment yesterday, I wouldn't eat donuts for breakfast.
Duke says I'd watch a pre-recorded show. There we go.
Okay.
Jake says I'm looking after the dog and I've got you on in the background. Oh, hello, Jakey.
Good man. See, he's multitasking. He's watching me. He's looking after the dog, and he's doing his homeschooling as well.
I like Jakey. I think I get on well with him.
Oh, he's easy
Jim
to get
says. Jim says morning, Gary Stuff. Adi says Q&A would be good. We could certainly do something like that, I think.
Yeah.
We should start a Facebook page for the three of us. People can submit. If we started a Facebook page for this show, would people want to join it and they can submit questions and things?
John.
What do you reckon?
John, he's had another idea.
Yeah, he's had another delusion of
Go on.
grandeur.
I haven't got delusions of grandeur at all. I do not think I'm evil Lord Emperor of the universe.
Now, what he does is he loads the bullets and gets me to fire the gun.
I've just said I'll run it.
Oh,
if people want to do it.
I didn't hear that.
Jake says he's doing maths. There's an S on the end of that. There's an S on the end of that, Jakey. We're not Americans.
He's doing math.
Doing math.
Jim. You put math there for Jim.
There's no singular form of mathematics. Kerry says he's doing history of tanks and caring for veterans. Well, I've done a video on the history of tank paint schemes.
Well,
this is why I shouldn't be let loose for the microphone.
I don't remember the last time he came up and did some caring for veterans.
Duke says, my wife and I are driving to Queensland to be at our granddaughter's 7th birthday. Oh,
nice. 7th birthday, still lots of cake and jelly. That's what you want.
We've driven for 8 hours so far and we aren't halfway there yet.
Oh.
Wow, fair play to you.
Watch out for those wallabies.
Yeah, it'd been easier to fly.
Yeah, we're talking about Brisbane?
Apparently they're staying at Gilgandra tonight.
Oh, Gilgandra, right.
Jim says, enjoy Hawaii, John. Where are you going, Gary? Ooh. Now there's a question.
Well, there's a question I can't actually answer at the moment.
Have they sorted it out yet?
Nope.
Because you're supposed to be coming to a hotel by me, aren't you?
Yep.
Which is purely coincidental.
Fear not. It is the least of my worries at the moment.
So I know plenty of hotels around here, Gary. Might not all be as nice, but
Thing is, right, the first time I went to one of these hotels is a Warner's hotel. Okay. And it's adults only. First time I went, we went for my 40th birthday. And I kid you not, Marion and I were the youngest people there by a long way. We then went a couple more times because Marion quite enjoyed the spas and things like that. We went a couple more times, and I noticed that even though I was getting older, I was still by far one of the youngest people there, and so was Marion. So I started to get a bit of a downer on the Warners thing. And a couple of years ago, we started going with our friends from Marion's best friend and her husband, who's a good friend of mine, from Swindon, and we noticed straight away that the age had dropped considerably.
Mm.
And,
or you had aged
is that 'cause all the
considerably.
old, is that 'cause all the
no,
older ones have died off?
definite. Well, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. But, so we started going again, and we've had some really good times there.
Oh, good. Do they play bingo?
No, they don't do bingo. Occasionally, you get a bit of line dancing going on. But no, they have some good groups on. Last year, we went and we saw a T-Rex tribute band who were very good. You won't know who T-Rex were, Mikey. There was a Carpenters tribute band that was, yeah. We all wanted to end it all halfway through that one. And what else did we have? I think we had Queen one time. So, yeah. But there's all sorts of things to do. There's a bar.
Probably get a very different type of Queen these days.
So yeah, so it's not that.
Duke says Ripley, believe it or not, just out of Ipswich.
Okay.
Isn't Ipswich on the East Coast?
Yeah, it's
yes, not our Ipswich.
no, the good Ipswich. It depends. Yeah, it's just a little bit east of Brisbane.
Someone's frying onions. Either that or I'm having
Gary
a stroke.
Stuff says, "Where are you going in Hawaii, John? I used to go there for work."
So did I. So we're flying into Honolulu, as you do. We're spending a couple of days there. So here's the thing. I've been there, I think 13 times, maybe 12 times, all with work, all with Hercules, Air Force sort of stuff. Oh, and once with Orions. So I've had a look around because most of the time we were there, I was working. So you go to a hotel overnight and keep flying to the States or whatever. But the only time I had a good look around was with the Orions because I was on, I was there for 2 weeks. Or 3. Having said that, Bron hasn't been there, and I'd always promised to take her, and yeah. So we're going to do Diamond Head and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, most likely Missouri. I can give the see. I've done pretty much all the big tourist attractions there, but I haven't had one of those. Oh, what do they call them? Hongies or whatever. Or is that New Zealand? Big sort of
Isn't that
islander.
what they call white people?
No, that's.
Oh, is that
no,
honkies?
that's
And that's when 3 veterans ended.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we're doing that basically. Whatever we can for say a couple of days in Waikiki, and then we're flying over to the Big Island of Hawaii. We're doing a sunset tour of whatever the biggest mountain is in Hawaii.
You're going to make a sacrifice to the gods, are you? You're going
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so we've hired a car on the Big Island so we can get around and have a look at everything ourselves. But on Oahu, it's a little bit smaller, and most of the time there'll be buses everywhere and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty much a
There you go.
week in
There you go, Gary.
Oahu and Hawaii.
to... Nice.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nice.
So yeah, it should be nice. But yeah, with Air Force, we used to stay at stay in.
80 says, if you're going on a cruise, Gary, the docker takes tips to drop the ropes off. He's not. He's going to stay in a hotel. Duke says, good day, Gary stuff.
I was just going to say to John, our John there, that
Yeah.
you said you were going to stay and you finished the sentence. I hope being Air Force, it is a hotel.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So usually, we'd fly in and out of Hickam, and yeah, but that's an Air Force base. So with the Orions, of course, the Orions were American Navy, but Australian Air Force. So we would then stay up around the corner. If you follow the coast from Waikiki up around the east and around the next headland is Kailua, Kanahawi Bay, and it's, oh my god, it's up towards where they filmed Jurassic Park, and I don't know how they get any work done there. I just stare at the mountains all day. It's a beautiful place. But we'll see how we go. It should be interesting. I think. Well, how could it not be interesting?
Jim says, how about the holiday resort where they filmed the Prisoner series, aka The Village? I don't
Oh
remember
yeah.
that.
Oh. What? Oh, okay. No, that Prisoner series. I thought you were talking about Cell Block H, as I think you guys called it. But yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that was
okay,
filmed in The
yeah,
Village.
such a secure prison that was. Every time they shut us down, all the walls moved.
Yeah. Well, so that was the Channel 10 studios in Nunawading in Melbourne. Yeah. Channel 10 is so crap that people are trying to bust out of there for years. That's why the walls were so flimsy.
Kerry says, I'm off to get ready for my meeting. Have a great time.
Have a good meeting.
Bye,
I hope
Kerry.
I hope you're wearing
Bye,
your power
daughter.
suit.
Look after yourself.
I hope you're wearing your power suit.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Nike.
All right.
Jim says it's located in Wales. Is it? Shows how much I know. There's been quite a few films filmed here, though.
Up at Port Merion.
Yeah.
That's where they filmed The Prisoner. Yeah, that's where he got chased by a big bouncing ball, wasn't it?
Yeah. They filmed quite a few films in Wales.
Patrick McGowan.
McGowan? McGuigan?
They even filmed some of the Dark Knight here and stuff, from what I remember. Yeah, well, quite a famous filming country location. Gary Stuff says Big Island is his favourite. Great coffee at Kona, and the volcano is cool. I used to visit the telescope at Mauna Kea on Oahu. My favourite places are the USS Arizona Memorial and the North Shore.
And the North Shore, okay.
I've never been to Hawaii.
When you get there, do they still put garlands of flowers around your neck?
You mean getting laid? I don't know.
I didn't say that.
Well,
Gary would never say such a crass thing.
I meant, you get off the airplane and there's normally a young lady with a garland of flowers that she puts around your neck and welcomes you to the island.
yeah, it's called a lay. L-A-I.
Okay.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I've never flown... Oh, no. It's only once that I flew in domestic. But again, that was to rescue a Hercules.
Superman.
I'll tell you what, that was bloody annoying, and I'll tell you why. Because I had an oxygen converter with me, which is a 25-litre pressure vessel. It's painted bright green, sort of pretty much that colour. It's the oxygen system for a Hercules. and that was in the cargo hold of the aircraft, obviously. So when I landed, I was on United Airlines, business class, mind you. But went to the counter at
Full.
Continental and said, excuse me, where's the cargo terminal, so I can pick up this thing? And he looked at me and said, cargo? And cargo and all that sort of stuff. So he then asked somebody else, no word of a lie, 14 people were asked, and they all said, cargo? Yeah, cargo. Where do I pick up the cargo and all that sort of stuff like that? And one guy, the 14th guy said, oh, you mean freight? I went, oh, shit, really? Okay. Yeah, where's your freight terminal? Oh, that's easy. So we get in this big car, like a bus thing, like a bus, it was a bus, and drove around to the other side of the airport, if you like, towards this massive hangar, and no word of a lie, written in massive letters on the side of it was Continental Cargo. I don't understand why they didn't understand what cargo was, but
Lost in
14
translate.
people were baffled. I don't know what was going on, but I finally got it. But then I had to what is it? Oh, it's it's a pressure vessel for an aircraft. Oh, not in pressure. Is it pressurized? And I said, well, yeah, there's a pre-charge of 10 psi of nitrogen in there, so it keeps the moisture out so it doesn't rust. Oh, it's a pressurized vessel. It's a bomb. You can't have that. I'm just like, shit. Do you guys actually work on aircraft here and all that sort of stuff? So then they said, well, yeah, we'll give it to you if you pay the duty on it. It's $30,000. I'm just like, this is what turned into the worst trip of my bloody life. So I had to call the embassy and then, sweet talk my way into what was going on. They knew where I was and what was going on and all that sort of stuff like that. We eventually got it. But what really annoyed me is I got to the aircraft and one of the techos pulled me aside and said, so we're going to change the oxy converter? Because I brought all the tools and everything with me. And he said, no, it's not actually broken. So what do you mean? I called the rescue. Basically, we want to have a couple of days off here. Oh, fine. So, why are you angry? And I said, well, because, I've hardly been home this year. I've been over in America, in the Middle East and all that sort of stuff. I liked being at home. And here I am. Oh, come on, it's paradise. And yeah. Anyway, that was bloody annoying.
Yeah, I can imagine it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
John's got the theme tune stuck in his head.
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Gary says, think you have to pay for the lay welcome these days?
Pay for
Hawaii. Jim says Hawaii is where the Ironman triathlon takes place. 2 mile swim, 112-mile bike ride, full marathon.
Okay.
And Jim says he competes in it every year in his dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
compete
funny.
every year in my nightmares.
Every day, when they run that, I'm always clashes with me having a haircut. Always clashes. It's like the London Marathon here. Well, that killed it.
I'll be back in 2 secs.
Right,
Sure.
okay. So, people, Q&A. Think of some questions, and we'll compile them, and we'll do a Q&A show where you can ask us almost anything. Modelling related, veteran related. We'll have to preview the show by saying the views of the panel are personal views of their own.
Do you mean add a disclaimer?
Yes, the word I was looking for.
Jim says, let's all hum the Hawaii 5-0 theme together. I would if I was around when it was on.
Book him, Dano.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be lovely. It's my darling wife's 50th birthday is the reason we're going.
Oh, I never have thought she was 50. I thought she was supermodel, but you know, a young supermodel.
Oh, and the photo the other day of us enjoying the sun
Enjoying the sun in Oz.
in Newcastle Beach.
Yes. In Newcastle in UK, you probably get bottled.
Probably get what?
Bottled. Stabbed with a glass bottle.
Oh no, Newcastle's the same here.
Must be the name.
No, that's
Duke
not.
says
Used to be rough.
he joined the gym and my bank called me. They thought I had been hacked.
I joined the gym. Somebody told me there was a pie machine there.
Jim says theme song written and performed by the band The Venturas.
Yes, the Venturas.
Is that right? I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Jack Lord as Steve McGarrett.
Okay. Duke says, Mikey, can you explain what you did with the exhaust and why? Okay, so what I'm doing, if I can get some of this light and get it to focus, right, is wrapping cotton around the muffler part of the exhaust, the back box. And the reason for that is during the war, in order to protect, in order to stop people getting burnt on them, they used to wrap them in lagging, which was like the asbestos bandage. But the strips were probably only about that in real life, a few centimeters in real life. So if you scale that down to 135, you're probably looking at not much more than the width of the cotton.
Cool.
And it just creates that textured effect, so it looks a little bit like lagging.
I, on the other hand, have gone completely the opposite direction, and I haven't bothered doing the lagging because I couldn't find any cotton, so I've just done a little bit of a rust effect on the exhaust there.
Why not?
Because you can. Yeah. So, Mikey, you're going to create a Three Veterans Facebook page, are you?
If people would be interested in it, we're waiting for our audience to tell us.
Oh, have they not? Have they nodded off again? Let me give him a shade.
Jim says, "How does AK Real Color work brush painting, Gary?"
Better than Tamiya XFs, much better, but it's still not a brush painting paint, if you see what I mean. You still got to be very patient with it and be very careful. You can get away with it. To be honest, what I should do, although the current Mrs. Morris wouldn't allow it, is I should invest in more of the AK third generation paints, which match perfectly to real color, and use those because you can brush paint. Those brush paint are lovely, but you can get away with it with real colors, but it's not ideal. I mean, it's not a good one to show. Let me think. Yeah, that's been painted with that's been painted with real colors, and I got away with it. I wouldn't want to do a large area. It's all right for machine guns.
So just what I was saying about the lagging there. So if you can see it there, focus on the exhaust back box there.
Yes.
So it does just literally look like a blob of white cotton.
Oh, sorry. Can you? I was looking at the. Can you show me that again, please?
Certainly can. So it's there.
Mm.
It focuses there.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Right.
And to answer Duke's question, did they do that on Mark 4 and Mark 5? Not that I'm aware of. The reason being is the exhaust pipes for the Mark 4 and Mark 5, the engine was in the middle of the tank. It then had an up pipes coming from each cylinder going to the silent spot, the front box, which was on the top, on the outside of the tank. And then it had another pipe coming all the way down to the back of the spud box, where you had the back box and then the out pipe. So the gases weren't as hot by the time they were going through the boxes. They may have had it on the front one. Yep. So if you look on the left, near the front, John, they may have had it on there, on the
So the front one.
front box. Yeah, the front box.
Ah. I don't know. I've got this on a wrong angle. Let's have a look.
Hang on, let's put the question down so you can see. So yeah, so that front
Ah.
part of the exhaust. There.
Yeah.
So that's it. That might have been coating and lagging because that would have been got really hot, but the rest of it wouldn't have been. I don't think.
No.
No. One of the problems they did have was the tank crews used to store their cam nets. They're supposed to be stored in the back, in this spud box on the back.
That one there. Yep. Oh, there's a camera. There we go.
Yeah. But sometimes what they did is they just rolled them up into the middle. So, and sometimes they'd end up leaning on the front box and catching fire.
Hmm.
So yeah, they used to pile them into the middle and then they'd touch the box and catch fire.
There we go.
Jim says, sorry, mates, not involved in Facebook. Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I must admit, if it wasn't for Models for Heroes and Friends of Models for Heroes, I'd ditch Facebook tomorrow. But there you go.
Because we're all in love with that new Meta bloody thing that I bought in.
Meta?
Yeah, and that's what they call themselves now, isn't it? But...
Oh, it's an AI thing. Like, I don't know why Zuckerberg thinks that we'd all rather talk to machines than each other, but whatever.
It's all about control.
It's all about the spotty little
making money from people. But we're not going down that rabbit hole.
No, we might have to squirrel. We may very well have to squirrel.
Yes. Squirrel conversation.
Squirrel.
So.
Yes.
How many more sessions do you think we've got on the Whippet?
Well, the next 2 weeks you two are going to be away.
I'm here next week.
Okay. So what we could do maybe is do... John's on his holiday.
Next week?
Yeah, I'm not here next week.
Right, okay.
Well, next Thursday, we're flying out next Friday morning.
Oh, no, fair enough.
From Sydney. So I haven't Bron asked her, would you prefer to be overnight in Sydney and then get on the plane, or just get on the train from here and do it all in a day? But I'm letting her decide. It's her birthday.
Yeah.
But I will, although I'll be here, I'm most likely unavailable. So I'm putting in my apologies regardless.
No problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do with regards to the Whippet then is I'm going to completely paint it off camera.
Okay.
So by the time we come back live, I think the Whippet itself will be done, bar the weathering.
Yeah.
Right. So what I can do then is do the weathering and then do the base for it.
Right.
So with that in mind, I always imagine after today there'll be one more Whippet live with the weathering, and then I'll be onto the base, which will be fun.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of catching up to.
So yeah, so my diorama, I've decided I'm just going to cake it in mud, as in literally get a mud cake, drop this on top of it, job done.
Yeah, dear. You know, as Megan Trainor said, it's all about the base.
Oh, yeah. Coordination's going funny.
You're right.
Yeah,
We're an hour in, boys.
we are.
Already?
Already. An hour in, and I still managing to
Something about the
survive on this
base, no
Bruce
trouble.
Robinson setup I've got going here. And the current Mrs. Morris is back from walking the dog.
I always find it funny that you call her the current Mrs. Morris.
You have to keep her on her toes. You know the story. It'll be one phone call.
Yeah,
Taylor is coming to the UK soon.
yeah. Old Taylor Morris.
Yeah. I don't know who this Travis bloke is, but I'll soon sort him out.
Yeah. Jim says he. Oh. At the minute, he says nothing. There you go. He had security issues with Facebook back in 2019, so he deleted his account after all the mess got sorted out.
Yeah,
Don't blame
don't
you.
blame you.
I noticed that World War One British. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, if it wasn't for the positive that I get from Models for Heroes and friends of Models for Heroes, I wouldn't be on Facebook.
Yeah. Jim says, I noticed that World War One British tanks had the insignia red, white, red, white. My Tamir Achilles has the marking red, white, red.
Oh, this is right up your saucer, Mikey.
It is,
Okay.
it is, it is. In fact, I've done a whole video on it.
Get some stretching in first, Mikey.
Right.
Right. And lunge.
Pin back your ears. You're going to learn something.
So, after the Battle of Cambrai in 1917, there was a lot of tanks that got immobilized, and they were left on the battlefield. The Germans robbed them, and they basically figured out how they worked, got them working again, painted them in their own colours, and they were called Beuterpanzers, which stands for, I think it's stolen tank or something. I can't remember exactly. My head's a bit fuzzy at the minute. And in the first couple of battles of 1918, the British forces went, hang on a minute, this is a little bit confusing. The troops and the planes can't tell which tanks are which. So we need to find a way of sorting that. So they ran some trials through April and May, and where they flew aircraft over at about 1,000 feet and tried different symbols out on the tanks to see which ones actually stood out most. And they decided that the white, red, white symbol, which is each white stripe was 2 foot, and the red stripe was 1 foot across. And decided that stood out most, so they set an order out to all the armoured units, telling them to paint the symbol on their sponsons and on their roof. And so that happened sort of end of May, beginning of June 1918. So if you're depicting a vehicle before that time, then it would never have had them. Now, the reason the Achilles had them is because the same theory, but by the Second World War, they decided to reverse the symbol colours. And they also had them
as well.
There we go. What was that, Gary?
Did they put them on the Matilda as well?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen pictures of them.
Yeah, they used them at the beginning of the Second World War because they were still working on the same theories as the First World War.
Yeah.
When it came to markings. But by the end of the Second World War, or by halfway through the Second World War, they got rid of them.
Where are we?
And then they reintroduced them.
Where are we? There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Jake, if you're still watching, that's history covered today.
Matilda.
So yeah, and it was actually quite effective. To be fair, the only problem was when it comes to camouflaging them, because white and red stand out quite a bit when you're camouflaged.
Yeah, would sort of ruin the effect, wouldn't it?
So yeah, before
Well-
that, before the May-June 1918, they didn't have them. What they did was they painted the tanks like a brown color, like a medium brown color. Because when they had the Mark Ones, they had the Solomon J. Solomon schemes on,
Hmm.
and then when they flew, they shipped them over to France. They went, "You need to tone those paints down because that is far too bright for the landscape around here."
It's far too bright
And
for the
then-
war chats.
Yes, far too colourful and too bright. So they toned them down, and then after a couple of battles, they realised that
I lost all sound, Ben. I don't know whether anybody else has.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear Mikey.
Mikey, you have disappeared. Sound-wise.
Oh no, he's frozen.
Now he's frozen. Okay, so we now anything could happen now, folks. We've experienced our first technical issue.
there we go. Can you hear me now?
Hey,
Yes.
yes.
So, yeah. So, where did you hear up to?
The first couple of battles after the
Right. So
the salmon scheme.
So they shipped them over to France, toned the paint down, and then after a couple of battles, they realised it was completely pointless because the rhomboid shape of the tanks, and because they only moved at 4 miles an hour, it meant the tracks actually lifted the mud up, and it just dribbled down side tank and painted the tank brown anyway. So they decided they might as well just paint the tanks brown. So that's what they did. But a lot of the tanks in factory were painted grey because that was the colour of the primer that they had, especially the ones made by W. Foster's and Sons, because W. Foster's and Sons made steam traction engines originally, and they used grey primer. So what they would do is they'd ship them out with the grey primer on, and then the army would just paint them with whatever brown they had to hand.
Cool.
So quite often they would leave the top of the tank grey, especially at the Mark 1s and the Mark 2s. Mark 3 didn't see any service. But yeah, they quite often, unless it was painted in the factory, they would leave bits of the top grey because they couldn't really see them from the ground anyway. So yeah.
Gave those awfully nasty German chaps something to aim at, though.
Yes. Jim says, "Thanks for the history, Mikey. I love learning about things like that. Not a problem, mate. That's what I enjoy."
Jake, there will be a test later on.
Jake says, "Thanks, guys. No problems, buddy." Jim says, "Come in, Mikey. Come in, mate." Yeah. I have done a whole video on World War I tank paint schemes. It is in my playlists.
I did say it was right up his street.
It is. I can bore you to death with all that stuff. Wait till you see my video about World War I tires and wheels.
Look what I got through the post this week.
I got one of them as well.
Yes.
Sorry, what is that?
It's the 60 years of the IPMS.
Oh.
It's only a year late, 1963 to 2023.
Cool nonetheless.
Weren't they handing them out for free at Telford?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get one. Obviously, I'm not an IPMS member.
That will be a bloody big helicopter flying very low.
Be a Chinook. Chinook or a Merlin. It's Merlin, it's Navy. I never understood why the Air Force got rid of the Merlins and gave them to the Navy.
Put it that way, it was that big that it was making the ground shake.
Sorry, you never understood why Air Force got rid of what?
The Merlin. Because the Merlin came in and within a few years the Air Force ditched them.
Yep.
Gave them back to the Navy. Gave them to the Navy. And then, of course, now the Air Force have got rid of the Puma, apart from the few that are operating in Cyprus now. So we've only got the Chinook. It's got decent lift capability. I'm not quite sure what's going to replace them, or if they're going to replace the Puma.
It's a very small private helicopter by look at, but it was only flying at 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
But we have got a Eurofighter going through the Mach loop.
Did you see that video the other day talking of the Mach loop? The Americans sent a KC-135 through the Mach loop.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Albeit not low. I think he went through at about nearly 1,000 feet, but it's still made for good video. The only time I've seen anything large like that go through, apart from the Hercs and the A400s, was a few years ago. They put a C-17 through.
I've flown on a KC-30 many years ago.
No, the Mach loop is the British equivalent of the Star Wars Canyon in America.
Gary Evans just commented. He said, "Since I left, they haven't had need for a heavy lift."
I'm going to go off on a bit of a rant now. It's just the procurement process now, and what the military are. Well, it's not the military; it's the powers that be, isn't it? Are doing. I mean, we got rid of the C-130. Why?
Yeah. At the same time that we ordered another 12 of the same model.
The A400 was brought in to replace it. The A400 still can't do everything the C-130 can do.
Exactly.
The A400 is probably a nice airplane. I don't know. I've never been on one, so I wouldn't know. But I do understand they've had a few issues with them. But then they ditched the E3 Sentry with a gap of about 4 or 5 years before we get the wedge tail.
Wedge tail, yeah.
We've got no replacement for the Puma. It just beggars belief. Thank you, current Mrs. Morris.
Hi, Marion.
Hi, Marion.
She's back from her walk.
Jim says, I think I really am an armor modeler at heart. Anything about tanks gets my attention.
When I came back to modelling after my strokes, I built aircraft. And then I'd have got my first tank, which was, it's not here anymore, it's been retired, the Challenger 2 in the Desert scheme.
Ew.
Which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Sexy.
And then I started building more and more tanks. And now I've got Chieftains, Churchills, the obligatory Sherman, Abrams. I've got, not an Abrams, Bradley, sorry. Bit different. Panzer III, Matilda, Tiger. And I think the beauty of the armour is you can just throw it all together and then paint it. Whereas with aircraft models, you do the cockpit, paint that, do this, do that.
Yes.
And sometimes with the way my brain has rewired itself, I struggle with that. Aircraft will always be my where my heart lies.
No.
Well, I spent
cotton socks.
All those years looking at them out the window and.
So, Jim says, you could talk tanks all day, Mikey. I love it. Excellent. Chalky says, we used to call the Chinook the kidney shaker. Sitting back in the back with full battle kit, it used to make you vibrate. Yeah.
Mm.
In the 20 years that Marion was an Air Force wife, the only Air Force aircraft she could identify was the Chinook, and that was by the sound.
Jim says, although not much into post-war armor, the Leopard 1 and the Merkava are the exceptions. Yeah.
Now, I have a Leopard to do. It's a Leopard 2.
I quite like Centurion.
As in the Roman man sort of type?
Are they Centurion?
No, as in Gary's CO. Okay, us.
Oh, no. Pontius was a co-pilot, mate, then. Favourite aircraft? Your favourite tanks? I don't think I have a favourite tank. Well, I do like a Sherman. Who doesn't?
It's going to look good.
Favourite aircraft would be a C-130.
Ooh.
And I don't know why, and this is going to sound really, really stupid, but when I was a young man,
Young man.
when I was younger, before I joined the Air Force, I always thought the C-130 reminded me of Thunderbird 2 from Thunderbirds.
Right.
Yeah.
For some reason. And then when I went through basic training and trade training, and I put the dream sheet in for where I wanted to go, my first choice was RAF Lynham, because at the time RAF Lynham had 61 beautiful C-130s, all parked up in all various parts of the world. And I got my first choice. So I went off to work in the tower at RAF Lynham.
Nice.
And I've flown, as John has, many, many hours on a C-130. Thankfully up the front end and not down the back end. And in fact, the only time I've been felt airsick on an aircraft was in the back of a C-130, and that was only when we were taxiing out.
You got airsick on the ground?
Yeah, I didn't actually get sick. I felt sick, and then as soon as we had one, I was fine.
I flew out to Gibraltar on we flew out to Gibraltar on a C-17. Then we flew back from Gibraltar on a Herc.
Ooh, that's a
and then we went out to Ali Al Salem on a Omni Air international flight, and then got on from there onto a Herc into Basra.
Right.
Then from Basra to Kuwait was on a Herc, and vice versa when we went back. And
I just don't understand.
did we go on a Herc after that?
I don't understand the logic, and I know I'm not the only one, of why the Air Force got rid of the Hercs.
Yeah.
When other countries are buying them still.
Because they were always late. Oh, wait, that was the air traffic controller's fault.
What can I say? It's in our job description.
Yeah. I don't understand the logic of that either. As I mentioned, like our Australia's J model Hercs. So the first day the first one arrived in Australia is the day that Timor flared up as in our region, 200 kilometres off the North Shore is Timor. And there was a lot of awful stuff going on with the Indonesian army at that point. And what later led to Timor independence is basically, our sort of the first bit of war since. No, it's not necessarily true. But basically, Vietnam was the last thing that Australia was really involved in until Timor happened. And then, of course, in very quick succession, then we had 9/11 and all that sort of stuff. So we never stopped. So the J models they got much more of a workout than what was originally thought. Ours are almost out of hours. And, we're replacing them with exactly the same model, which I think is amazing. And I've mentioned before that I was on the initial J model course for Australia. Australia was one of the three countries that ordered them. Britain took the lead. And we bought every say third one off the production line at that point. And yeah, replacing them with exactly the same model. It's exactly 25 years ago now. It was around about when we came back from the training in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's remarkable bit of kit. Love them.
G says, night guys, off to sleep after another 8-hour drive tomorrow. Then 2 grandkids want to spend all weekend with us.
Yeah.
Good night, Duke. Sleep well. Safe journey tomorrow.
Drive safe. Watch out for the wallabies.
And enjoy the jelly.
Jim says, you're right, Mike. The Centurion is another. Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
Gary's stuff has just got the Sherman and Tiger 135 quick builds. Nice.
Oh, I have to get. Hopefully, when M4H gets them, I'll get some sent up for my face-to-face session that I run in Telford, because a couple of the guys struggle with their eyesight and one things, and those quick builds are brilliant for them.
Yeah, and they're great for kids as well.
Now, Mikey, could you zoom in on my quadrant just for a moment? All right, so this is the best I could do. Yeah. So Jim, this is for Jim. He's not on Facebook, so he wouldn't have seen this. But I completed the Hornet I was working on, the Warramai Hornet, which is that one there.
Yeah.
So what I managed to do is get photos of it on on the actual aircraft itself, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So it's sitting on top of the where are we? There we go. So it's sitting on the spine.
They were.
And like that. Pretty cool.
You see, the joys of being volunteer at Fighter World.
That's right. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I'm one of the few volunteers there that actually has a background in aviation, so they let me do what I want with their to a point with the Hornet. So one of the other volunteers is like, "What are you doing on top? You're not allowed on top." Yeah, I am. So I did that.
Cool. Nice.
I'm looking at my green brown. I don't think I'm happy with it. So it's just a first coat, but it's not. It's very green.
It will be being green brown.
Once you've slapped some mud over it.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's looking like it's a different colour slightly to that one. It's too green, so I must have mixed a bit of brown in that one because I'm looking through my paint.
If you line the load of them up in real life, they'd all be a slightly different colour.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because the way they made the paints during the First World War, they didn't have standardized paint. What they had was powdered pigment that they mixed together.
Yeah,
of course.
So they just gave them mix ratios, but they could have been all sorts.
I do lose my proverbial a little bit with people.
Going over now.
Not the right shade of this, not the right shade of that. If you look at a flight line or a row of tanks, I guarantee there are no two the same.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you know my thoughts. Your model, your rules.
Oh, that's right. But one of the
Ooh.
I'm looking for it now.
Both police helicopters are heading over, flying over around the village outside Shrewsbury.
Which village?
One of them was doing a circle over Western Lulling Fields.
Yeah.
Between Western Lulling Fields and Welsh Brankton.
Neither which
of
those places
is doing circles over Kynaston.
Kynaston, I know. They're probably looking for someone.
Yeah. You don't often see them in the same area.
No, unless... What's going on here? Just having a look. Unless they're doing some. Oh, I see them. Oh no, they're not. They're not.
Right, catch up on the chat. So, Gary Evans says, used to like lying down at the bottom half of the closed tail ramp with the upper half open. Great view.
Yeah. Or sitting on the tail, sitting on the ramp, low level.
Yeah, I used when I was coming back from Gibraltar, I went to sleep on the cargo pallets in the back.
Yeah.
Because
We're not allowed to do that.
Bergens on the.
I was up on the flight deck. You could get in the bunks. There was bunks.
Yeah. Stuart flew out of. Oh, Stuart, are you new here?
Is that our Stuart?
Is that our? Is that our Stuart or is that a new Stuart?
Well, it
Perhaps
could
Stuart could
be
answer.
our Stuart because that's the sort of place he would have operated from.
Yeah, Alder Grove on a Herc.
Stuart.
Jim says, have to mention the Tank Museum at Bovington too. Is David Wiley still there as curator?
Yes, he is.
Yes. David Fletcher, however, has retired.
I was going to say one of them's retired, isn't they?
Yeah. I know David Fletcher's retired because that's who wrote my Whippet book.
Ah.
Duke Wellington says, thank you, Bonzo blokes.
Thank you, Bonza Duke.
Jim says, why did the US Navy discontinue the S-3 Viking? I know why, but the Viking is a beautiful airplane.
Couldn't agree more. And it's one aircraft I've not built that's on my bucket list to do.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is a beautiful plane.
That could still be our Stuart.
It could be. Got 3 armor kits to build in 135, Chieftain Mark V, Challenger 1, and an M4 Sherman. The mystery deepens. Jim says, is that the Hornet you're modelling on your YouTube channel, John?
Is it what, sorry?
Is that the Hornet you're modelling on your YouTube channel?
Yes.
It is indeed.
Yeah, but yeah. That's the one. I need to revisit that, redo it again.
Excellent. Jim says, if the colour is close enough, I go with it. Too grizzled and modelling veteran am I to get about the exact tone or whatever.
Exactly.
As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
The only reason I go talk about the history is so that people can have an idea of what they can go for if they want to. Not saying they have to do it.
Yeah.
They can go for their own interpretation. That's not a problem. But it's always interesting to know, I think. Jim says, to fret about stupid... Oh, I see, yes. To fret about stupid is correct. Yeah. Oh, am I to fret about the exact tone or whatever? Yes, exactly. So, I've also drilled out the exhaust as well.
Ooh.
I'm getting all posh now.
Yeah.
I'm getting more skills.
Skills. They're multiplying.
Skills with a Z.
Skills. Down with the kids.
Yeah.
Second coat.
Yes, I think this afternoon I might put a little bit more primer on this.
Yeah, I might.
Well, I've got to, because at the moment, I've just noticed in true Malcolm Childs fashion, and you turn it upside down, and I will not release a model which hasn't got the underside painted.
Oops.
But there you go. So, anything else happening in the... So, where do we go next?
There you go.
I'm just. Oh, I could make the hot paint straight.
That's the exhaust drill. That.
There you see.
Come on. There we go. There you go. Now you can see the wrapping properly as well.
Oh, that's
lovely.
nice. Yeah, no, that's nice, guys.
Are you tempted now?
Oh no, I've done it now. I've painted it, so.
Oh, you can still wrap over it.
Well, I could, yeah.
And then that's the other one. But block that light out of it. There you go.
That's nice. Yeah.
Oh,
The only concern I have is, cotton. It's like string. It's like rigging. Sausage fingers, and I'll end up more likely to lag myself than I am the.
We've got half an hour left, so I've done them. So the question is, do I start building the tracks?
Well, I am going to start putting together Zorchkis machine guns.
Jim says, I'm going to move this microphone closer. There you go. Is that better?
And
now, here on Three Veterans Tackle a Whippet, we have Jim Aldecott. Just to clarify, I love histories about anything tanks, including paint schemes. As a modeler, it can be a fool's errand chasing the exact shade or tone of this colour or that colour. Exactly.
Totally agree.
But if people wonder why the tanks that are on display in UK tend to be painted green, it's because during the war, some of the tanks were used to raise money for war bonds, or used to sell war bonds to raise money for the war. And they decided that using tanks that were painted the colour of shite was not very appealing. So they painted them green to make them look a bit nicer, which is why the money boxes that you used to be able to get of the Mark IV tanks were also painted green. And now you know.
Every day's a school day.
Don't mention the war.
Don't mention the war. I mentioned it earlier on, but I think I got away with it.
Yeah. Yes, it is here.
So.
Have I got a drink?
I'm
not. I've run out. So the question is, do I stick this on now, or
stick it on?
Do I paint it and then stick it on?
Stick it on.
Do you reckon?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to what you were saying.
Yeah, I think it'd be better because otherwise I'm going to have to try. Otherwise, I'm going to be trying to stick paint to paint, aren't I? Or trying to stick plastic to paint, rather. Which is not good.
This is not good, is that right?
Don't need that.
No, it says to put it in. That's it. I got it.
Ooh, that to me smells strong today. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, I've got some AK panel liner coming as well. Next day or so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I managed to get some for £3.60.
Have you shopped until you dropped?
Eh?
Have you been shopping again?
I have. I managed to find a bottle of it for £3.60.
Ooh.
In the Scale Model Shop online.
That's not bad. It's a couple of pounds off, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so I got a bottle of that, and I got a couple more bottles of, a bottle of some extra things I'm running low.
I was going to say, I was reading somewhere yesterday. Might have been on Facebook, so it must be true. There's a bit of a shortage of Tamir Extra Thin.
Yeah, but it seems to have gone cheaper as well, which is weird.
That's weird.
I reckon it's Budget Modeler selling his stocks off.
Yeah. Quite possibly. There you go. It's got its exhaust on now. If I turn that light off, you might be able to see a bit better.
Sexy,
There you go.
sexy, sexy, sexy.
Oh, no, that's not turned off at all. There you go. Ooh, ah.
Yeah, all right.
So that looks lovely. I'm happy with that.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Oh, my lovely boy.
Oh, lovely boy, lovely boy.
Now then.
Today is Friday. What is allowed?
Ha. Modmin's turned up.
Oh,
Sorry, these new meds are killing me.
No,
Ah.
no worries, mate.
No,
You're all
worries.
right. That's the main thing.
Oh my god, there's another helicopter now. What is going on around here today?
The Russians are coming. The Russians are coming.
Must be. Oh no, it's Royal Air Force. Looks like it's a Kana or something.
Be a Texan from Valley.
Yeah, it is. Tail number Zulu Mike 343.
There you go. The new portrait of the king that was painted. It's awful.
That's evil.
I haven't
No,
seen
seriously, if you put it side by side, the two bits at the side of it that's supposedly blank, it's just got pattern on it. Pattern
Yeah.
actually looks like the face of the devil when you put two of them side by side. It's weird.
Poor king. Hey, I had a one of those scam calls yesterday.
Hmm.
There he is.
And there's a spurious link here, and I could tell that the people that were doing this scam call were a bit slow on the uptake, and B, that it was a scam straight away, because the first words to come from this recorded message was, "This is Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs." Right, love, you're about 2 years behind what's gone on.
Yes. Someone's not been paying attention.
50
So
cents.
how many links are in a track?
68.
68.
68.
3 pedwar pimp chwech saith wyth naw deg 11 12 so 12
Counting Welsh now.
24 48. I need another 20. That's 12. Indeg 3, indeg 4, indeg 5, indeg 6, indeg 7, indeg 8, now 20.
Clanfair Puthquin.
Don't take the piss out of my... That's very xenophobic of you, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
I'm back at the
There
desk.
you go.
Blaine you Festiniog.
68.
68. 68 sausages in a pan.
68 with some spare.
Oh, crikey.
Oh, here's a good question. Gary, what? Oh, Gary T's changed his name to Steve T. Okay. Sorry I'm late. Just got home from the doctor's. How's it going? It's going well.
It's going well.
It's going well.
It's the next big stage is going to be off camera for me, because that would be painting it a shade of yuck.
Yes.
Oh,
it's Tiff. Jim says, do the British Army, Navy, RAF have their own songs like we do us? Oh, yes. And each regiment has its own song as well.
Mm.
I mean, like the March Past of the Royal Air Force.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
in the Army, each regiment has its own song.
Yes,
obviously.
yes.
We each have our own marching tune. For instance, when the REMU was first formed in 1941, we had Hi Ho as we were mechanics, you see. And then they realised that the timings were wrong and it was causing everyone to go out of step. So they changed it to Lily Bolero, which is actually a very nice song.
Yeah. We've just got the March past the Royal Air Force, and occasionally we will march to the Dam Busters tune.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and what's that other one? I can't remember the name of it. No, it's another. It's from another movie, I think. Mosquitoes or something or other.
Oh, 63 Squadron.
633. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was doing my basic training at Royal Air Force Swindon, as a punishment for failing an inspection or something, the whole intake was told we had to go to the bar that evening and watch the Central Band of the Royal Air Force perform a concert.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Right. Well, you haven't lived until you've marched to the tune of those magnificent men in their flying machines.
Oh, that's been done before, yeah.
Yeah,
Up,
and
giddy up,
also
up.
Liberty Bell. They love pumping that out, which is of course the Monty Python theme.
Yeah, and Colonel Bogey.
Um,
The Americans love Colonel Bogies. Bogies.
He said bogies. Jake will be giggling.
Yeah. Well, there used to be two kids' TV presenters, weren't there? Dick and Dom in the Bungalow, and they actually played a game called Bogies.
I wouldn't
And
know.
they basically had to go random places, and whoever shouted bogies the loudest won. So they'd be going to this place like, I don't know, like middle of churches, and they'd be like whispering to each other, bogies. And then the next person would try and get it a bit louder. Try and do it before everyone turned around on them.
See, that's what went
entertaining.
wrong with children's television when they got rid of the clangers and Ivor the Engine and Magic Roundabout. All this trash came in.
Yeah. Jake says, hee hee.
Bogies. You see, you mentioned bogies.
The better looking Marley's in. He says, hello from Melbourne.
Oh, hello,
Hello,
Paul.
Paul. What?
Stuart says, wait for the Wagons RCT Parade tune. We're still trying to figure out which Stuart this is.
Yeah. Is it our Stuart or is it another Stuart?
Yes. Next, Tiff.
Right. Let's ask Stuart a question.
Tiffany says, she's good, Chalky. For once, I'm not in pain. They gave me meds at work. Hope you're good. Excellent. Next. Next slide, please. Jim says, Jethro Tull performed the Dam Busters theme on a 1977 live album. Didn't know what it was until I saw the film.
Oh,
That was
fair enough.
It's a new Stuart. Welcome.
Stuart. Oh, it's not our Stuart then, because normally our Stuart's in a strange part of the world.
Yes, selling to both sides of every war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hello, and welcome, Stuart.
Yeah, welcome, Stuart.
Chalky says, Tiff, text me if you need to talk. I'm not on Discord anymore. Well, that's a bugger because I've got my own Discord channel, Chalky. Next. Stuart says, just found you through subscribes. Right. Oh, thank you, mate. I'm glad you subscribed. Hope you enjoy the channel.
Yeah.
We do this every week. Next 2 weeks going to be a little bit different because the guys
Except
on
for the next 2 weeks.
Yes. But normally we do a live on a Thursday, and then I do another one with the budget modeler, Gary showing his legs off, on a Friday morning. So I hope you enjoy them.
I do that for all new subscribers to the channel.
Yeah.
Yes. Please do remember to subscribe to the other guys as well. One is the Scale Modeling Twins, which is the Australian with the red mat. And we have Friends of Models of Heroes, which is the guy with his legs out and his yellow Minion t-shirt on.
Yeah, see, it's for Kaylee. Full Minion outfit again. There you go.
We have John Mayfield. It's on their Bursting Out album.
Oh, Rocker John.
That is. Stuart says, hi all. Hi, Stuart. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome, Stuart.
Jim says, John Mayfield, yes, sir, a great record. Ugh, words getting muddled. Tiff
Getting
says,
some lucky words fuddled up.
yeah, getting a bit fuzzy headed today. Still a bit woozy.
All right, we'll just
Tiff
jelly
says,
babies.
yeah. Tiff said, I lost my mod status on YouTube, so I can post link. I can't post link. I'll sort that back out. Don't worry. I thought if you could do it on here, then you could do it on there. 'Cause I can. Jim Alticott says, Stuart, hello and welcome to you.
Like and subscribe, folks. Like and
In
subscribe.
fact, I could probably sort that out quickly now.
Oh, this is where it all goes wrong. It all goes wrong. Technology.
Mate, when does anything I ever do go wrong?
Look, if I'm on the same stream, you're going to have problems.
Right, go to.
I haven't got nothing I can do, really. Apart, well, that's got to be primed, I suppose. But that's this afternoon's job. I've just noticed, in my sheer stupidity, that I haven't primed, just as I'm doing some more priming this afternoon, I haven't primed the various tools
Yes.
to handle. And for some reason, I've only done one of the exhausts, so I've got to do the other one.
Yeah.
So I might do a bit of priming on the sprue this afternoon. Got to redo the top side of the tracks and put some primer on the underside of the tracks. And another coat of primer, I think, on the Whippet itself. So that will stink the house out, just as well Marion's out this afternoon.
Yeah. Stuart says, thank you, Jim Alticott.
And if anybody, going back to the conversation we were having much earlier about the Q&A things, if people have got questions, just drop them in the comments of this show, or you can put them on our new Facebook page when it arrives, the Three Veterans Facebook page, and we'll compile a list.
Of what, sorry?
Of questions. What are you listening?
Sorry, I'm trying to do something else.
I've got to remember all that now.
Tiff, put Gary on big screen so he can do his announcement. Please.
Hang on. Oh no, it's all going to go.
Why can't I find it?
Right, so what I was saying, let me get rid of my minion glasses. See what I mean about minion? Banana.
Oh, your yellow t-shirt helps.
Yeah. Oh, my hair. I need a haircut. That one. Yeah, what I was saying was, if people have got any comments they want to, questions they want us to ask, or for us to do a Q&A session, then please feel free to drop your questions down in the comments for this show, or when the great Mr. Connolly has created the Three Veterans Facebook page, drop them in there. We will compile a list and we'll do a show, a sort of round table show with the three of us, just answering your questions and talking rubbish like what we normally do.
Yes.
Back to the studio.
Is she on the ball? Is she on the ball? Go on, Tiff. I'll do it. There you go. And just back around to how we were. Boop. There we go. Right. So Tiff says, 2 separate things you can post both. Yes, I've just private messaged you. Should be able to do it now. Cool. Right. And then Chalky says, Go on, Tiff. And Chalky says, there we go. Where's Sonic? I thought you two had joined at the hip. Aha. And our survey says, Mr. Mayfield, Gary is very exhausting. He may get all the parts fitted eventually, not necessarily in the right places, though.
Yes, that's right. I'm sticking all the parts together, not necessarily in the right place.
Mhm.
Variation on the theme, copyright Eric Morecambe.
Chalky says, as far as I'm aware, he's still asleep. Either that or Kirsty is there with the moving van with the rest of his stuff. He normally texts me when he's awake, though. Okay.
Do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do? I've been inspired by Mr. Connolly.
Oh, have I inspired someone?
Yeah, I'm going to drill out the exhaust.
Error. Jakey says, Doggy's being bad. I have to go.
All right, okay, mate. Tell Bane to behave himself.
Oh, dear. Jim says, thanks again, guys, for another 2 hours of fun and models. Very much look forward to this every Thursday. Oh, glad, mate.
Well, if you look forward to it, we will be here.
Yes, absolutely.
Wasn't sure about today at one point yesterday, but
Yeah. Gary's on a few tech dramas,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
but that's nothing new.
No, these were pretty major tech dramas.
Yeah.
It still is a tech drama, but I've used
This
the
one is clipping together quite right. Okay. Got plenty of spares.
back to minion mode.
Banana, banana, banana. Now, just a quick question, Tiff. Do you want me to do the out video thing when the time comes? Because the timing's a bit weird on it. Oh, we've got 15 people watching. Aren't we lucky? Don't forget to say hello and don't forget to like and subscribe to the 3 channels. Oh, in fact, that reminds me. Tiff, can you put the links up to the 2 Girl Modeling Twins and the Friends and Models for Heroes channels, please?
God, he's so demanding, isn't he, Tiff?
Well, that's the whole point of Modmin.
Modmin.
Moderator and administrator. Okay, so that's the link to the Friends and Models for Heroes YouTube channel. See? She's good. Do please go like and subscribe. Gary put some nice little videos up, and there should be plenty more coming soon as well.
I have got videos scheduled to come up for the rest of this month.
Yeah, and other people will be sending videos as well.
Yes, yes. I had a discussion with somebody last night. Sorry, go on.
That's all right. Jim said, be seeing you. All right, Jim. Have
Jim.
a good day, mate.
Thank you for joining us, mate.
Yeah. And there's the link to the Scale Modeling Twins.
Oh, shucks.
Flying in fast jets. Do feel free to head over and like and subscribe.
Yes, with new content coming soon, I promise.
Yes. Well, there won't be flying in a jet, I imagine, anymore.
No actual aircraft
People
getting stuck into the modelling side of it.
Well, you could do stuff like tours of the aircraft fighter world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
do them as videos.
Yeah.
You could get one of those cameras on a gimbal, so you can walk around doing like little tours of the aircraft.
I'll have to get one, and I can do one at Cosford.
Okay, so next comments after your Scale Modeling Twins link, Tiff. Thank you. Stuart says, don't do Facebook too much drama on there. That's very true.
That's fair enough, Stuart.
Would people prefer to just go into a Discord channel or something like that? I don't know. We want to create something that you guys can join in with us, and we can talk to you outside of the lives and things. So we need to find a platform that works. Mayfield, The answer to that question is
Spitfire.
the beer barrel Spitfire, to be precise, from ICM.
Yeah, and that's another and raises another interesting point. At the moment, we are choosing the kits that we build because we're new.
Yes.
Hopefully, in time, we'll be able to do kits that you want to see us build.
Yeah.
I don't do sailing ships.
And nothing too
that's me
expensive.
outdone.
Yeah,
We
yeah, nothing too expensive. I've got to get it past the current Mrs. Morris.
What we could do is see what we've got in our stashes and then give them a choice of what we've got in our stash, rather than going out buying new models all the time. Because otherwise, we're never going to get through our stash.
Where's the fun in that?
Modder Bob says, "Will do. I'm up there next week and may have something for you for your birthday. Plus, I would a DVD of yours I need to return."
Yeah, so we're trying to, as Mikey says, we're trying to create something a little bit special here. And I understand people's reservations with Facebook because I have them, but if there is something we can find, some platform we can find, maybe that's the way ahead.
Okay, I'm back. Right, so, yes.
I could read out this comment because I can get the accent right.
Go on then.
Mikey, actually, no, I'll put on the voice too. Mikey, I thought you say dapole. You say dapole, not dapole. Here's a question,
because there's no
Paul,
E
for
at the
you.
end.
Would you say dapole or dapole? Anyway,
Apple.
Mikey, I thought your dapole Deltic content was most interesting. Keep it up, mate.
Thank you very much. Better
Yes.
looking Marley.
An all round.
Pain in the ass.
Oh dear. So, yes.
Modder Bob says, found a DVD, not would a DVD. Okay. Correcting her own speech. Wonderful. Steve T says, I have a new ICM kit in front of me. Was going to start it today, but it's quite intimidating. So many parts. What kit have you got, Steve? Don't just say you've got a new ICM kit. Tell me which kit you got.
I like an ICM kit.
You know I love me ICM. I loves me a bit of ICM, I does.
Oh, jeez. I got one up there somewhere. I started it, but it's got a bit too fiddly for me.
I got a very nice ICM kit off Mystery Box Nick the other day.
Yes, you did. That was
Bloody
very,
lovely,
very
yeah.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because the Spitfire's an ICM kit, isn't it? But,
it is.
I
Yes.
can't find me. Where's my little truck gone? Oh, that might be it there. So
You
yeah,
find that some of these track links don't stick together very well.
yeah, they don't. Some of them, you've got to be a little bit careful with them because they don't click together. Some do. Most of them do. Lovely.
Yes.
But,
once
Chalky
they're on,
says,
they're on.
"Tip, it's all good. Don't stress it. Just give me a shout out if you two are about." Cool. I would love to meet Chalky one day. He's a nice guy.
That's the 2 hours up.
Kozak 2 Ukrainian armored vehicle. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of which, I was listening to an article today. Have you seen the developments in Russian tanks lately? Because this war in Ukraine.
62s again, or
Oh no, they're making turtle tanks.
Are they?
Yes, right. And what it is they take the normal tank, and then they put sheets of corrugated metal and mesh over it, so it looks like a big dome over the top of the tank. And the idea is, if a drone comes along, it can't just drop things into the tank, and it can't drop things onto it that sort of get stuck in crevices, like bombs that get stuck in crevices and things. It'll just roll off and doesn't do the tank any harm.
There you
And
go.
it's actually been really, really effective.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So
That's quite cool. I think I've made quite a cool diorama.
yeah,
Tiff says, Chalky, will do, buddy. It'll be nice to see you again. Oh, we're at 2 hours. Stuart says, I got my first ICM kit last week, a Mustang P51B with pilots and ground crew in 148. Nice.
nice.
Very good.
See, this is why we need a Facebook channel or something like that, where people can share.
A channel somewhere on some platform.
Yes. Is any of them on Discord? Because I can always add them to my Discord.
Yeah, we've got the 3 veterans Discord, haven't we? We could have a three. So we've got the bearded veterans Discord. We could have a 3 veterans section in there if you're happy with that.
Okay. Well, Steve, you're already in my Discord, mate. So that's cool. What about everyone else? Is anyone else on Discord or anything like that? Kieran says he's happy with Discord and everything. Okay. So Discord seems to be the consensus, kind of. So,
Yeah.
Tiff, if I can send you
Modmin's on there as well, so
yes. Although I need to join, you do. Right. Tiff, if I send you the link, can you post it to me, please? Post it, please, lovely. Lovely boy. Right.
lovely boy.
All right. So just before we go off air, I'll just show you what I've done this sesh. So most of it was me off screen, basically over at the spray booth. So the Whippet's got its first coat of the what's it called? Black. What did I use? Green, brown, and brown, green. One of the two, leaning across.
2 secs, John. Tiff, I've sent you the link on Facebook, mate. So if you could post that, people can join them.
Green, brown. So here we go. So yeah, just two thin coats. I still need to do another one, but I'm trying to keep it as thin as I can. And I painted the underside. Blah blah blah. The tracks have got their initial coating. That's a Tamiya red brown. So top and bottom of that. And I'll give them a second coat probably tomorrow. And the spuds, I've just basically cut them off the sprue and just touching up the wooden part, the center part, with a chocolate brown initially, and then once I'll wait till the tracks are in place before I put them on the actual tracks. But I've worked out if I put 7 aside,
Yes.
I've counted up where they go. It's not going to be exactly right, but if I have 7 aside, there's a couple of spares and all that sort of stuff. So I'd probably be able to have 6 still in the hull, and the rest around the tracks. And that's me done.
Cool.
I got a parcel coming. That sounds like postman.
Postman Pat.
Cool.
Has he got black my cat?
I don't know. Right, so everyone, Tip has posted the Discord link in the chat. If you would like to join Discord, feel free. It is my Discord, so I shall add you to it. It's not a problem.
And you may even find us over there this afternoon, some of us.
Yes. Ooh, that is a parcel. Yes. In fact, I'm on there now, but we may be on there for FaceTime. Yeah. So on there, we've got different channels. We've got Shoot the Breeze, which is like the normal text channel. We have Creative Project Showroom, which is where you can put your picture, your models you bought or you're making. D&D Development Chat, which is for our Moz Heroes D&D group. We also have voice channels called the Smoke Pit, where you can go on voice and you can talk to us and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's building slowly. It's only a small group in a minute, but it's building.
You don't want to run before you can walk.
Exactly. So Stuart says, just back to modelling, only done 5 planes and 2 armour. Lot changed since the early 70s.
Sure has.
What I've seen on telly, yes, it has. As I was not around then. In that decade, my dad was still running around as a teenager.
Oh God! Well, there you go.
As was Gary,
I was a
because he's
teenager,
only a year older than my dad.
and you keep reminding me.
Yes.
Yeah.
John says the turtle tank stops the tank acting as a tank. The extra cover doesn't stop AT rounds and also makes it very difficult for the crew to get in and out. Plus, they're very large targets. Yeah. I think it's sort of balancing one threat, defending against one threat from defending against another, isn't it? At the minute, the main problem is the drones dropping
Yeah,
bombs
that's
on.
the one I'm worried about. Is the drones.
Yeah.
Isn't
Then that's the thing they're going to defend against.
it? Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So is that
Cool.
it?
So
Are we done?
we are. We're at 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Whoa.
So, Mr. Gary, Mr.
Yes.
Gary,
Got it.
what have you been up to?
Well, I done a little bit of it on the exhaust. Still need some work doing on that.
Yeah.
I've been very lazy this morning. I haven't done very much at all. And I've done the 4 Hotchkiss machine guns.
Hmm.
I've got the ammunition to do, which I'm going to probably just do brass. These bits here. Probably just do those brass. And then I have got to do some priming on these parts, finish them off, and then I'll prime and paint the tank probably before the next episode. But yeah.
Links
That's
are
me.
shit. Okay.
What did you say?
John, you just showed us, haven't you?
Yes.
What have you done, Mikey?
What have I done? I've done the exhaust. There you go. You can see about that.
That looks good.
Focus. There we go. So I've done the exhaust 1 and 2.
Brilliant.
Wrap them ready for. So that's ready for priming now.
Cool.
And now I'm just building tracks, which are a pain in the ass because they're not the best connections on them.
They're not. They're not.
I think I might end up just gluing them once they.
Once they're in position.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to move, is it? So.
No.
Right.
So, last couple of comments. Tiff says, having fun there, John.
She noticed.
It says, thank you guys. You are
Thank
most
you,
welcome.
Stuart.
To.
Welcome. Welcome.
Feel free to join the Discord. Chalky says, Gary, you were the glue that kept the stream together. Don't give him a big head. Bloody hell.
Never will I be the glue that holds anything together. Can't hold myself together.
Oh, my hair's dried.
Oh, look at my hair.
No, it has. When it's wet, it stays back. But now it's dried, it's gone all fluffy.
Yeah.
I need it cut. It's gone all fluffy.
Let's go back into makeup.
Right. Okay. So, Chalky says, great show. See you all next time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kieran says, thanks, guys. Great show as usual.
Thank you.
Steve says, see you next time, guys.
See you next time, Steve.
Tiff says, we're back to Chalky. Yes, we are. Well, I am anyway, because it's not me running the live tomorrow. It'll be the budget modeler. Because although it'll show on my channel, we're doing it through his channel.
Yeah.
And we'll be building the Albatross D3, so do feel free to join us at 11 a.m. UK time. And the better looking Marley says, bye. Right. Anyway, it's high time we were hightailing it out of here. So goodbye, everyone. Thanks for joining us and have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Ta-da.